I'll say as a now returning district resident, it's great to be out here on this really special place and a great resource for the district. I'm glad that you could all join us today, and proud to join my colleagues, Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack, EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson, Navy Secretary Ray Mabus, and also to recognize Interior Assistant Secretary Ann Castle and Principal Deputy Undersecretary of Commerce Monica Medina, and thank you all for joining us. When the President signed the Chesapeake Bay Executive Order a year ago, he officially declared what we've long known, that the Chesapeake Bay is a national treasure, and we must restore and protect it for the people of this region and for the nation as a whole. They recognize that the bay is precious for its beauty, its wealth of natural resources, the culture and economy it supports, and how precious and important it is to the communities within it. In signing the executive order, the President knew that restoring the health of the bay would demand a renewed commitment and leadership from the federal government. And today, after a year of hard work, led by EPA and the other agencies represented here, we are proud to present the strategy for Chesapeake Bay Watershed protection and restoration. This represents an unprecedented effort by the federal government to restore clean water to the bay, recover critical habitat, conserve key lands, bolster public access, and protect fish, wildlife, and natural resources, and importantly, to support the local, state, and community efforts in these areas. This strategy will launch a number of initiatives. It will set concrete milestones and measure progress towards environmental goals, and we are determined to meet and exceed these goals. Many of the actions outlined in the strategy will directly support or complement the restoration work of state and local governments, citizens, and nonprofit groups throughout the 64,000 square mile Chesapeake Bay watershed. Now, last summer I had the opportunity to take part in one of those restoration initiatives just on the other side of the bridge over there, right here in Kingman Lake, the largest tidal wetland in Washington, D.C. I put on rubber boots and squashed around in the mud and worked with a great group, the Anacostia Watershed Society, to plant native wetland species. This is just one of the many, many projects that link local action to the Greater Bay restoration efforts. Restoring the Chesapeake Bay means restoring or improving thousands of streams, creeks, and rivers that feed into the bay, like the waters we are standing over today. This means cleaner water, healthier environments, more robust economies, and communities in this very important watershed. The Chesapeake Bay Restoration Strategy reflects the cornerstone principles of the administration's overall approach to environmental improvement, principles of science-based, collaborative, and community-driven conservation. These principles are embedded in the President's Ocean Policy Task Force, which is developing recommendations to improve the stewardship of our oceans, our coasts, and Great Lakes, and in the America's Great Outdoors Initiative, which we announced a few weeks ago, a multi-agency effort to support innovative and community-led conservation. The Chesapeake Bay strategy also aligns with federal efforts to plan for adapting to climate change and with the sustainability goals that this president has set for federal agencies. The federal government is one of the largest landowners in the Chesapeake region, and we will lead by example on our own properties. In the Chesapeake Bay, we can demonstrate how new initiatives can come together to protect a critical habitat. And this is a two-way street. The solutions that we employ and develop here in the Chesapeake will inform our national environmental initiatives and can serve as a model for restoring important aquatic ecosystems all around the United States. As a result of their work in the Chesapeake Bay, federal agencies have strengthened their ability to work together and to better focus on common environmental goals. We've developed frameworks for accountability and transparency that can be applied in other areas. And perhaps most importantly, they've affirmed how essential it is to engage everyone, citizens, state and local governments, business and nonprofit organizations in a common effort to restore these treasured ecosystems. This strategy deepens the federal commitment to the Chesapeake Bay and provides us with an opportunity to make real progress towards restoring and protecting its vital role in this region. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce a very dedicated leader in this effort, my friend and colleague, EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson.